धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
ओ धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
ओ नाचे भोलानाथ।
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 ओ नाचे भोलानाथ।
ओ धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
मृदंग बोले शिव शिव शिव।
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 डमरू बोले हर 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 ओ।
डमरू बोले हर हर हर।
डमरू बोले हर 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 ओ।
डमरू बोले हर हर हर।
वीणा बोले हरि ओम हरि ओम।
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 नाचे भोलानाथ।
नाचे भोलानाथ।
ओ 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 धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
ओ धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
मृदंग बोले शिव शिव शिव।
मृदंग बोले शिव शिव शिव।
डमरू बोले हर 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 ओ।
डमरू बोले हर 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 ओ।
वीणा बोले हरि ओम हरि ओम।
वीणा बोले हरि ओम हरि ओम।
नाचे भोलानाथ।
नाचे भोलानाथ।
ओ 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 नाचे भोलानाथ। ओ नाचे भोलानाथ। ओ नाचे भोलानाथ। ओ नाचे भोलानाथ। ओ नाचे भोला नाचे भोला नाचे भोलानाथ।
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सरस्वती नमः। भगवती देवी माता की जय। सज्जनों हम आरती करेंगे। लेट अस ऑल स्टैंड एज वी ग्लोरीफाई भगवान। सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदे देवी भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी मंत्र मूर्ति सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव। जय शिव दादा प्रभु हर शिव दादा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव हरदानी पंचानंद राजे स्वामी पंचानंद राजे हंसासन गरुडासन हंसासन गरुडासन वृषभावन साजे ओम हर 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 महादेव। भुज चार चतुर्भुज दश भुजते सोहे स्वामी दश भुजते सोहे तीनों रूप निरखता तीनों रूप निरखता त्रिभुवन जन ओम हर 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 जय शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव हरदानी पारा ओम हर हर अक्षमाला बंदमाला मुंडमाला धारी स्वामी मुंडमाला धारी चंदन मृग मत सोई चंदन मृग मत सोई सीता कोई नर गावे, स्वामी जो कोई नर गावे, कहत शिवानंद स्वामी, कहत शिवानंद स्वामी, मन वांछित फल पावे, ओ हर 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 नमो महादेव शंभो, नमो सदा शिवो, जय परमेश्वर, जय भुवनेश्वर, जय शिव शंकर, नमो महादेव शंभो, नमो सदा शिवो, जय परमेश्वर, जय भुवनेश्वर, जय शिव शंकर, भवानी शंकर उमा महेश्वर, गिरिजा शंकर वो, भवानी शंकर उमा महेश्वर, गिरिजा शंकर वो, जय प्रलयंकर, जय पीतांबर, जय शिव शंकर, जय प्रलयंकर, जय पीतांबर, जय शिव शंकर। सबको बोलो नमो महादेव शंभो, नमो सदा शिवो, जय परमेश्वर, जय भुवनेश्वर, जय शिव शंकर, ओ जय शिव शंकर, ओ जय शिव शंकर। एक बार बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। सबको आसन पर बैठे में टेक योर सीट्स माय डियर फ्रेंड्स। जय। एक बार बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। सबको सीताराम। Jai Sitaram, my dear friends, and a warm welcome to each and every one of you this evening. On behalf of the Ramlal family, more so the mother of this home, Mrs. Dhanmatee Ramlal, and her children, grandchildren. Indeed, it's our pleasure to welcome you to the home in an evening of satsangh. Also, they wanted to hear a little bit of kathas that are taken from the Shiv Puran. Family came together, I was asking, and family came together, of course, to have this done in honor of her. She was passing not too much of a good time health-wise, and they saw it fit that having crossed over such a challenging time, that they will honor and they would pay respect to Bhagwan for his grace and his blessing to them, and more so to her, as she passed over those trying moments of her life. So indeed, it's our pleasure to have you here. To my younger brother Pandit Rohit for performing Puja, young Pandit Rajiv, my godson Pandit Krishna Rambali, and his Dharmpatni, President of our Mandir, Monroe Shiv Mandir, and President General as well as Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. He's here with us this evening. Members of wonderful group on stage and the hosting family, as well as those who with viewers and listen to us in subsequent broadcasts. We want to take the opportunity to especially welcome you, those who are viewing us online as well. A special welcome to all of you. This evening, my dear friends, for just a few moments, we meditate and we ponder upon the grace of Bhagwan Shiv. This is the evening of the Ashtami. This time, we just came out of Shivratri, and today is what we would refer to in terms of the Hindu calendars, the evening of the Holika Ashtak. It's the evening of the Ashtami, what we call Holika Ashtak. In a couple of days' time, actually in 7 days' time, you would have the burning of Holika, the Holika Dahan that takes place, and that is going to herald. I think it's on the evening of the 24th, evening of the full moon. That is going to herald the spring season, or the season of Vasant as we know it, and the coming of Phagwa, or Holi, as we say in Trinidad. We use the term Phagwa, but really Holi as it is celebrated. So indeed, these are times to spend in solemn reflection to the divine, to Bhagwan, and to seek His grace and His blessing. And indeed, all of us need that. From time to time in our lives, we do need the intervention and the blessings of Bhagwan. So this evening, it's our pleasure to have you and to join in a few moments of satsang. Before we begin this evening, let's all sit upright as we clasp hands, close eyes, bow our heads, and we cast our thoughts to Bhagwan Shankar, to the all-pervading Bhagwan Shivji, जो जरा मरण रहित है और सुप्रकाश रूप पंचमुख प्रबल करने वाले हैं. The Lord who is beyond the qualities of birth and death, and पंच महापातक को दूर करने वाले हैं. Whatever great and infernal sins are committed by us, they are destroyed by mere remembrance of the Divine Lord. भक्तों को मुक्ति की प्रबंधन, the Lord who frees us from the bondage of this world and grants good destiny and good welfares to us. The Divine Lord who becomes the source of our inspiration, and He guides us and keeps us ever afloat in sometimes this very tumultuous world. The Lord who confers His grace in our homes and our families in many different ways, and His divine touch that helps us to navigate the difficult and the trying moments in our lives. It is that very Lord, Neelakanta, blue-throated, Ganga Jatadhari, who has the sacred Ganga flowing from His locker, Bhasma Angalagave, whose body is bedecked with the most beautiful of ashes, onto the feet of such an exalted Lord. हे परम पिता दयालु आदि पुरुष, हमारा प्रार्थना सुनिए जिनको बारंबार नमन करता हूँ. O Supreme Lord of the worlds, I offer my salutations to you again and again. Hare Hare Sri Ganesha Shri Saraswati Sri Guru Charana Kamali Karpuragada Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendra Sada Vasantam Hirdaya Devinde Bhavam Bhavam Sahitam Namah Ramaya Ramabhadram Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Natha सीताय पतये श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुंद बरनो रघुबर बिमल यश जो धायक पल बुद्धहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्यारे हरहु कलेश विकार सिया पति रामचंद्र पद जय शरण। सबको एक आवाज है, ऑल ऑफ अस इन वन वॉइस। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मोक्षयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मोक्षयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मोक्षयमामृतात्। In our minds we chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासो ततं मुदीरयेत्। नमस्ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलादवन्दे-तपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णप्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीप गौरीशङ्करपदकमल प्रेम सहित श्रीमच्चम्पूपुराणि भाषारचसुभा श्रुति समवेदनाधीश्वर सांब सचेता निर्गुण ब्रह्म विलक्षितं ध्यायामि सुसुखं जहि की माया पार जग भव पालन स्वयं स्वयं भुज जासुभा पावत गौरव दो तिनको माधवीरव गणदे शिवायुत जो निज जन के अध सकल चिन्ह में देत बाबा माता पिता बात के वेद व्यास मुनि प्रेम सहित कर जोग कर सबहि नवाषि। सप्त संहिता सहित शिव पुराण सुखा भोक्ति मोक्ति सुगम भक्तन जीवन बोलो नमः शिवाय बोलो नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय बोलो नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय बोलो नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय काशी पालक शिव सुमिरे गिरिजा गणपति शतरुद्र संहिता कालिक तपना उमापति महादेव की पवन सुत बोलो बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। Before we begin this evening, beautiful bhajan. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Bolo Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Everyone, my dear friends. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. सांब सदा शिव जप ले रे तेरे सब बिगड़ी बन जाए तेरे सब बिगड़ी बन जाए
जप ले रे सब बिगड़ी बन जाए
सब बिगड़ी सबको बोलो ऑल बस टुगेदर वो बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय 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 आदि देव है महादेव शिव भोलेनाथ दिगंबर अपने तन पे सजाए गंगे शिव की नाम पुकारो आदि देव है महादेव शिव भोलेनाथ दिगंबर अपने तन पे सजाए गंगे शिव की नाम की चादर सब बिगड़ी बन जाए तेरी सब बिगड़ी बन जाए सांब सदा शिव जप ले रे तेरी सब बिगड़ी बन जाए सब बिगड़ी बन जाए सबको बोलो एवरीवन ओम नमः शिवाय 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 ओ बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमः ही दीपक, शिव ही बाती, शिव ही है उजियारा। मैंने की ज्योति शिव जी मेरे हर लेंगे अंधियारा। हो शिव ही दीपक, शिव ही बाती, शिव ही है उजियारा। मैंने की ज्योति शिव जी मेरे हर लेंगे अंधियारा।
जो दिल में मन कर ले रे, जो दिल में मन कर ले रे,
सब बिगड़ी बन जाए, सब बिगड़ी बन जाए। सांब सदा जप मेरे तेरे, सब बिगड़ी बन जाए तेरे, सब बिगड़ी बन जाए। ओ बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय,
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय,
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय,
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। उमापति महादेव की जय। My dear friends, each and every one of us have our moments in life. We go through what is called difficult moments in the scriptures. Bhagwan makes reference to three types of sorrows that all human beings have to pass. What is called dukh, shaman, and shok. All three may sound the same. They may have similarities in their expression, but they are quite different. Dukh means in itself sorrow, but it's a little. All three have little traits that are quite unique to their own. Whenever we do something or we experience something, and out of that experience we get pain, whether it be physical or mental. So I get into an accident, or I have a bad relationship that goes wrong, and some pain is experienced by me. In other words, the event has already taken place, and the lingering effects that are left after the event. For example, you get illness, and the pain that follows from that illness, that's physical. This is referred to as dukh. So you actually experience the event, and out of the experience you have sorrows, or you have difficulties or pain, that, as we say, this is called, or what we term, dukh. Shok means a mental distress. Mental in the sense that it may happen to you, or it may take place with someone who is near and dear to you. And because of the impending events, it may have happened already, or you anticipate it's happening. And knowing that something is going to go wrong, or this is called shok. For example, if a family member gets into trouble and you have to find ways to get them out, this is shok. You may not be the one involved, but somebody who is near and dear to you may be. And as a result of that, pain is incurred by you, because you begin to worry. You have to find the means of how to do it, such as parents and children. Sometimes children get into difficulties. Babaji, Jai Sri Ram. I want to welcome, of course, Pandit Sri Ram Maharaj ji. He is no stranger, he is villager, but he is also one of our Pandits of the Parishad Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha. Panditji, always a pleasure. So shok, of course, is that which is there. Parents and children, just one relationship, husband and wife. So Child is going through something and parent becomes imminently worried about it. The child has experienced it, but the parent is like, the pain is within the mind of the parent. This is called shock. And then when you have shaman. Shaman means there is some disappointment that is going to come in the future. It hasn't happened as yet. But in anticipation of that happening, such as an investment, you make an investment and you're worried that, well, I'm hoping that I will get a pension when I retire. The way things go in these days. We ain't too sure. Gretel is a teacher like myself, so we're hoping that after we work X amount of years, let me not say X again, Y amount of years. Y amount of years. I would not share it with the rest of you who are laughing here, know why, but Y amount of years that you're hoping that you will get something, but if you see things begin to take a different course, you become worried. So the event is, you expect it to happen in the future, but you start worrying from now. This is called shaman. All three has made reference to in the Satyanarayan Katha. Dukha Shoka Shamanadi. These, as long as you go through life, in the Gita, Bhagwan talks about Dvandayad Vimukta Sukha Dukha Sangayada Kachanta Mudam Padam Abhyayam Tat. As long as you have life, you are going to have moments of happiness, extreme happiness. You are going to have moments when your life is good, and you are going to have moments when your life is terrible, like the waves of the ocean. This is the journey that we call life. So how does one go about living this life as we know it, or getting through these moments in life? We deal with it in different ways. Some of us, our backs are very broad and our shoulders carry a good bit. So when the moments of difficulty come, we learn to have titiksh. Titiksh means forbearance and patience. Some of us are not like that. We cave very easily, and when we cave, we look for comfort in different places, in different things, in different persons. Sometimes in different substances. Some of us turn to God. Some of us turn to different things. So many different ways, different persons according to sanskara, according to how your experiences are. You look and you turn to find some source of comfort. And that's what we want. When we have difficult moments, we want somebody to reassure us that everything will be good. We want somebody to give us a comforting word, someone to stand with us and be there as a companion. And in our moments of joy, likewise, we celebrate and we observe in different ways. Some persons choose to remember God, some persons choose to remember to indulge in the world, whatever it is. But this is what Bhagwan describes. As long as you are alive and karma is there, you are going to have both. Nobody, even us, the Pandits along here, think we do have trouble? Even us, we have our karmas to pass. Every jeev, every soul in this world has its karma to pass. None can escape the clutches of karma. But how we react and respond to the difficulties that come to us. And what did Bhagwan tell us? That turn to God. Never forget God. That may seem to be the most difficult thing to do in your trying moments, because then are the times you look to give up, and then those are the times that you begin to question whether God exists or not. Many of us do it. We begin to question, is there a God? Especially if you have a loss or you suffer something that is very painful. You begin, and it's a logical question, it's something that we have to ask. Is there a God? It is something that we all do. When Bhagwan tells us, never ever lose faith. Rain don't fall all the time, does it? Nor does sun shine all the time. Neither is there prolonged daylight, nor prolonged night. Everything has its time. and our difficult moments have their time. So in the event of all of these, through the most difficult moments that overtakes us, Dukh, Shok, Shaman, what does Bhagwan recommend that we do? Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. नंदीश्वर बोले, हे मुनि श्रेष्ठ, शिव जी आपके तारा को सुनो, अपने भक्तों को ऊपर दया करके श्री संदेह दूर किया है. Those who remain devoted to God or to Shankar, अपने भक्त को ऊपर दया करके हैं. He always has the best welfare of his devotee at heart. Do you think when you are suffering, God does not see? Do you think when you go through the most difficult moments, or somebody comes into your home and tries to take what is yours, God is not seeing? And some of us ask the question, if that is the case and he is seeing, why doesn't he act? Why does he allow all of these things to happen, or she, as the case might be, and yet still does not act? Why does Bhagwan allow all of these things? We say Bhagwan, others will say God, the Supreme One, the Father, however you may choose. So then why does God do all of this? If he sees all this suffering, he sees you going through all of this, why do you still suffer? And if he does exist, why doesn't he come to my rescue? Question is, how do you know that he is not coming to your rescue? In the same way that you ask, why doesn't he come to your rescue? How are you so sure that he is not at your disposal and rescuing you? What about if it got worse? The possibility exists that it should not have happened. But in the event that it does happen, what about if it could have gotten worse? What stopped that? And these are sometimes things that we have to think of. So Bhagwan describes that the Lord is merciful, especially to a devotee who is there. And listen to what took place on one occasion. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. On one occasion, of course. Hey Muni, जन्मात्र रूपे के पुत्र रोने पर रक्षा करने अंतर्यामी शिव जी दया से आदरा हो गए. A lady was walking and she only had a son. She was very poor, almost to the state of beggar, and while she was roaming with her son one day from village to village, she didn't have a home. Janamatra ke rone par raksha, she was alerted by the cries of a newborn babe, of an infant. Lord Shiva is Antaryami. He is indweller of hearts, so he sees and knows all. And Dayasi ke droh ho gaye, his mercy, by his blessing, she met with this little baby. उसके विद्यापनों के 1 वर्ष बालक लिए वह आए. उसने अनाथे रोते के अकेले बालक को वहां देखा. She sees this baby all alone. Her son is 1 year old. And she begins to think, where did this child come from? वह ब्राह्मणी उसके निर्जन को वन में उत्पन्न बालक को देखकर हृदय में चिंता कर्द के विस्मित हुए. Sees her motherly affection draws her to the child, and she wants to pick up the baby. But she's thinking in her mind, whose child is this? It's not mine. And when she looks, it is almost as if the navel string, the umbilical cord, has now been cut. So it's a newborn infant. अहो सर्वत्र मन बान के कहने योग्य है, असंभव यहाँ आश्चर्य देखते हैं. This is indeed very strange, she speaks to herself, and possibly it cannot be explained in words. इस बालक को अभी तक नाभि की नहीं कता है और अकेले के रोते हुए हैं. It seems the mother is somewhere around because his navel string is still attached. तेजस्वी में श्रेष्ठ पुत्र माता से हीन को दूसरा. His body is emitting an effulgence, and how could he not have a mother? इसके माता पिता आदि की कोई सहायक यहाँ नहीं है. Why would the mother and father abandon a child and choose not to support this child? इस कारण को हो देवल प्रबल है. Then she stops and she thinks that maybe I am overthinking. Fate is very powerful. दैव बल वहा प्रबल है. दैव means fate. Bal means strong. Prabal means extremely strong. So Daiva Bal Prabal hai. Maybe his destiny is really, really powerful, and that's something for us to understand. We may want something. We may desire it. But if karma is not for us to have it, it will never come to us. Fate is very powerful. And that fate is planted by the seeds of the karmas that we performed in previous birth. They actually determine our actions in the previous birth, determine whether we get or don't get those desires fulfilled in this birth. And this is what she is saying. न जाने किसी की पुत्र इसके जाने वहाँ यहाँ कोई नहीं की, जिसमें इसके जन्म पूछे इसके मुझे बही दया उत्पन्न होते हैं. There is no one wrong. I can't find out what are the circumstances surrounding him, and therefore, of course, I think I should not interfere. Nandishwar Bode, Bhagwan Shiva's Bhagnindishwar says, इस प्रकार के चिंतन करता हूँ. Like this she began to think, and ब्राह्मणी की श्री भक्तोपद दया करने वाले शिव जी की बड़ा दया है. She was a great devotee of Lord शिव जी. महालीलाकारी सब प्रकार भक्तों को सुख देने वाले हैं. उपरहित महेश्वर शिव जी ने स्वयं. Sometimes when we don't expect God to come in our lives, or we don't expect a helping hand, that is the moment that it comes. And those lines that I read, Upadhari Rahita means one who always is looking on at what is happening with his children. And that's God. As long as you are devoted, God looks after you. Believe me, my dear friends. You just have to have the faith. But that hard to do. That is difficult, very difficult to do. That can only come by being in God again and again. By surrounding. That's why I tell us as Hindus every day we should pray. Every single day. Light a diya, say a prayer. Doesn't matter what it is. Do something. Don't only wait until you have trouble. Don't only wait until Naratam and Diwali and all of these things come. No, that's not a Hindu life. Hindu is we pray every single day. You know, we teach our boys. Boys who like to pray. Fellas, some extremely good, but some again, they like to pray. And every occasion that we have, like for Shivratri when I took a lingam to school. That's what we do. We took a lingam to school. And when between Rupa and myself, we got the bay leaves. And on the morning, the Thursday morning, because Friday we got a holiday for Shivratri. On the Thursday morning, we line them up and we give them a bay leaf and we show them. When there is Saraswati Puja, they come and they stand and they make arti. And you know that simple thing like making arti, you have to show them sometimes because they don't know. Arti is done what? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Depends on your pandit. But for 75% of us, how is arti done? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise, yes. In the hands, it follows the it follows the hands. Regardless of your pandit, arti is done clockwise. It's done clockwise. And you would be shocked to know that some of them don't even know that they do the arti like this. And you wonder, if they are doing it at home, how come they are at school doing it like this? This is why I tell you, dharma is very important. The things of this world are important. And here now, it are not like young fellas, If I go with a different phone, then fellas know what phone I have, And don't talk about what car driving. Them fellas keep a track of that better than I do. They see who does come to meet me, what time the person has come to meet me. They can tell you what day of the week I stay home, what time I come, if a day, I ain't day, all the thing kills bad. Them fellas ain't easy, brothers. They're not easy. So curiosity, they're very curious. And that's the time you have to take to show them and guide them. Especially these days. Because if you don't guide them, there is someone there, look Vishnu, one of my boys sit down here, Form 6. If you don't guide them, there is someone outside there waiting to guide them. And that person may not guide them in the path that you want to follow. Some of the stories that you hear sometimes, terrible. Terrible, especially now with the present society that we have and what is taking place. There's so many things that we don't see and think that's not going on, but it is. If you don't give the guidance to them, and that's why the home is so important. Home, what you do at home, that is extremely important, extremely important. So this is what Bhagwan says, that she's thinking family is the first unit of socialization. First place that they learn anything is home. So Bhagwan, and I had to tell them, I say make sure only fast Thursday morning, before they come to put the bay leaf. And they will tell you, they are very honest. If one of them declines to come, I say, what happened here? You just do your hand so. Say, what happened here? And fast. So this is what Bhagwan talks of. So when this took place, of course, Bhagwan saw what was taking place, and Old English proverb tells us, God helps those who help themselves. Yes. If you help yourself, you must make the attempt. Don't sit down there, bhaiya, and put your hand together and sit down in front of the baby. And well, Lord, well, you know how it is. I ain't walking in now, but see if you can send something now, you wait. Get up and get. If you get up and get, He will provide a way. If you get up and get, He will provide a way. But if you sit idly and think that it is going to come, it is not, my dear friends. Whatever little you can do, you make an attempt, and Bhagwan is going to be there to guide you. He is going to be there and stand with you. So, when the Lord sees this Bhikshu Rupa Dharan kiya hai, He takes on the form of a Bhiksh. What is a Bhiksh? Bhiksh is one, a sadhu who comes seeking alms. And in the middle of the verse, he disguises himself. Waha Bhiksh ko Parmeshwar sahay ke aaye ho, jaha jan ke ichha ke karne wale waha Brahman ko vidhan ke tya, Brahmani ki vidhata. He goes and he walks in her direction. Waha Prabhu ke avigyanata se daya sagar Bhikshu rupa mein hans kar Brahmani ki sri bole. So he walks, takes a form, and right where she is standing, he comes walking in that direction. And when he sees her, he starts laughing. Sri ki bole, she says, she sees him and no one there, so she, curiosity, Bhikshu bole, he priya bhagini, apne chintan ko sandehe ki bet tap karo hai. What are you worrying about? He is Bhiksh, he is holy man, ascetic, so he is able to read thoughts. He is able to see into the thoughts. Today I was sharing that this morning at a puja that I did, the power of the mind, and the power of the mind to will, what we call willpower. To drive ourselves to achieve something or to do something, it starts with this puja. See, that's why the old people were very, very intelligent. Old people were very brilliant, very, very smart. They could not explain what they did, but the mechanism and the means that they used were extremely, extremely, my dear friends, potent. So they will tell you do a puja. They will tell you do jap. Chant the name of the Lord. They will tell you light a diya, offer. They will tell you offer a flower. This morning I was looking at a reel. There is a influencer by the name of Bhavish Yuj. Does a lot of videos on Hinduism. And there is a Muslim gentleman by the name of Nas, who is also an influencer for Islam. And he went to India and he met with Bhavesh and they did a video together, and he was exploring Hinduism as a Muslim. And he said he spent 1 month in India and he learned quite a bit about Hinduism, but he learned 2 things stood out in his mind. One is dharma. I don't know if some of you see it. If you all follow him, you will see it. He spoke about dharma. Nas talked about dharma. Muslims talking about dharma. What is dharma? And how he understood the concept of dharma. What was the second thing, Pri? You remember? No, the first is dharma. I remember he saying dharma and moksha, enlightenment. He says these are 2 concepts that remained with him. And these are things, my dear friends, that our religion have spoke. Our old people have been telling us about. We have been hearing this in Ramayana time and time and time again. And it's heartening to see when an outsider come and they explore what belongs to us and sees the beauty in it, and we don't. Sometimes we don't fully appreciate what we have, and others come from outside and they see the beauty in it, and it so happens we end up learning from those who are not even of the faith. And this is what Bhagwan describes. God is merciful, so when he sees this, apne chinta ke sandeh mat karo, pavitra hai. Mind is a bundle of thoughts. You know how much thoughts you have for the day? Anybody knows? Your mind is capable of generating at least 35 thoughts per second. 35 thoughts per, yep, that's how powerful your mind is. Some of your mind could leave here and go all over the world and come back while we sit down here. You know how many times you breathe for the day? How many times you breathe for the day? Anybody? Don't go and sit down, check it now. You take approximately 21,600 breaths per day in 24 hours. How many beads in a mala? How much beads in a mala? 100 and? Right. Multiplied by 2, what you get? Hey, my nanny could have multiplied that. 216, I'm our teacher. And multiply by what will give you 21,600. Teachers could check money good, so tell me. Not 10 at all. 216 multiply by 1,000. No, 100. 100 will give you 21,600. So, you are capable of doing 200 malas of jap in 24 hours. Question, how much you do? Capable, your breath, your natural rhythm of your inhalation and exhalation gives you the opportunity to call God's name 21,600 times per day. How many times do you do it per day? Sit down and think. And this is what Bhagwan tells us. So this is power of mind. And the great yogis, they are able to see through our consciousness and read our minds. So that is what he did. Is balak ko apne putra saman ko raksha kare. Take care of this child like your own. Don't abandon this child. Is balak ko dwara shigr tu param kalyan prapt hoge hai. People come into our lives for different reasons. And out of every meeting and every encounter, some lesson is learned. Sometimes someone comes into our life and they are a source of great happiness. And sometimes again we meet with others and it may bring about a sorrowful experience, but some lesson is learned. So he's telling her that take care of the child. The child will do you well later on. Har 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 Mahadev. Har Har Har. Oh, Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev. इस महातेजस्वी पूर्व आदर के साथ पूछने लगे, ब्राह्मण से बोले तुम्हारा आज्ञा से इसके बालक को रखूंगा. He says, I shall do as you say. तथा अपने पुत्र के समान पालन करूंगा, इसमें संदेह न. Make no mistake, I will treat him as my own son. मेरे भाग्य से तुम यहाँ आए हो. Maybe some good fortune that I am meeting with you as well. तथापि विशेषकर सत्य जाने करता हूँ कि यह बालक कौन है. But I wish to know something from you. Who is this child? किसका पुत्र? Whose son is he? और आप कौन हैं? कहाँ से आए हैं? And how did he get here? What brought him to such? भिक्षु बद, हे प्रभु, बारंबार मुझे ज्ञान प्राप्त होते हैं. Please enlighten me. If you know, and I know you know, the circumstances surrounding him, please share with me. Tvam Shivaha Karuna Sindhu Tvam Rudroktam Tvam Maya Vasaha Matar Brashta Vibodhitaha. You have to be. You are no other than the enlightened Shiv himself. Om Namah Shivaya. Dhimika Dhimika Dhimadamado Baje Prem Magar Nachat Hoga. Dhimika Dhimadamado Baje Prem Magar Nachat Hoga. Dhimika Dhimadamado Baje Prem Magar Nachat Hoga. Prem Magar Nachat Hoga. प्रेम नगर नाचत होगा. बोलो प्रेम नगर सबको बोलो. भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. बोलो भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. अरे भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. प्रेम मगन नाचत होगा. प्रेम मगन नाचत होगा. प्रेम मगन नाचत होगा. प्रेम मगन नाचत होगा. बोलो बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. बोलो भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला. किसी कर्म को दोष, what is it could reduce this child to such a state? Maya mohit ke marg brashta ko iske ge. Sometimes our inability to understand things is because our mind becomes clouded. Our judgment at times is so clouded by our attachment to things and we can't pull ourselves out. So when the mind becomes clouded, it becomes difficult to see what even is in front of us. So Bhagwan, take that away from me and raksha kar. Tell me. भिक्षु वधधारी शिव जी के विशेष कर जानी इच्छा, शिव जी के दर्शन विधान की प्राप्त करने वाले ब्राह्मण बोले हैं. He says unto her that, listen, I shall tell you what took place with this child. Bam bhola shiv bam bhola, bam bhola shiv bam bhola. बुद्धिमान अपने धर्म में तत्पर बिदर नगर में राजा सत्यरथ का पुत्र है. This child's father was great king by the name of Raja Satyarath. Satyarath राजा के युद्ध में शल्यव को शत्रु को मार गया है. He went to battle. with some invaders called Shalvas, who came into his home. And in the midst of battle, he died. मर गया है. उसके श्री भय से व्याकुल रात में शीघ्रता अपने घर को निकल गया है. At that time, this child's mother, who is the queen, she was expecting him. And when he saw what was taking place and he will die, he knew that he would be conquered. He sent a message to her to leave and to go away, to hide herself, to leave the kingdom. और इसमें वन में आकर के पुत्र उत्पन्न किया, प्यास के मारने सवर को उतरे. While she ran away, her body became overtaken by the pains of labor, and there was no one around to help her. So on the bank of a lake, under the mist of a tree, she sat and she gave birth to this child all on her own. Exhausted by the pains and by the effort that it took to deliver the baby, she became thirsty. And she mustered whatever strength she had, and she crawled to the bank just on the edge of the lake to quench her thirst. प्यास के मारने सवर उत्तरी को दैववश में उसके नाक के ने निकल गया लिया है. Fate is indeed powerful, and life sometimes takes unexpected twists and turns. And in the midst of difficulty, sometimes when you see a glimmer of hope, that is destroyed, and instead you get filled and overtaken with more darkness. Naak ke dwara mad. There was a crocodile that was inhabiting that lake, and he had not eaten in a long time. And when he heard the noise that came from her hands picking up the water, he utilized the opportunity to seize. And when he grabbed her, his jaw fell upon her and she died. Britan tisne purna kiya hai. These are the events surrounding this child. हे मुनीश्वर, तब वह ब्राह्मणी अति विस्मित हुए हैं. उन ज्ञानी के भिक्षु को फिर पूछने लगे. She wants to know more, and because of her meeting with Lord Shankar, knowledge is her soul, Atma Shuddhi, her soul has gotten purity. ब्राह्मणी बोले कि भिक्ष, इस राजपुत्र को पिता श्रेष्ठ भोग हुआ है, किसी कारण अपने शत्रु अपरिचय वाले शल्वा को मारा गया. How it is this child's father, in the prime of his youth, he was at the pinnacle of his career. He was experiencing life to the fullest. He had now achieved everything. And in the midst of all of that, his life was snatched away. How could that be possible? It happens. It happens. Death does not come at old age. Death comes when pradab karma, the karmas for this life, is exhausted. Once the karmas have come to an end, that is going to come. The body is going to fall. It has nothing to do with age. Irrespective of age, once karma has burnt out, that's called pradab karma. The karma that is allotted for this life is called pradab karma. Every time the soul incarnates, it comes with a certain amount of karma it has to work out. Would it be 100 units, 60 units, 80 units, 75, 73? Once that is exhausted, in other words, once that karma is worked out, that body is of no use again, and it is going to fall. That is going to come. So she's asking him, this child's father was in the prime or pinnacle of his age and his life. How it is he could have died? What would have caused such? नंदीश्वर बोले, भिक्ष, निर्धन यहाँ के मेरे पुत्र हुआ है, और कैसे इन दोनों को पुत्र सखा हो बयेगा हो. And I want to know one more thing. I am born as a pauper, and my child is born into poverty. We have to eke out a living by moving from place to place and seeking alms. We have to depend on others so that we can survive. what has my child done so wrong to deserve this? So when Bhagwan hears this, he smiles. भिक्ष को बोले, हे ब्राह्मणी, सुनो, तेरे सब प्रश्नों को विशेष कर कहता हूं. You have asked, and in as much of you have asked. Sometimes we ask, we want to know, and when we get to know, we say, better I didn't ask. You do get that sometimes, right? You ask, when you get the answer, and the answer is not to your liking, you then ask again. That have to happen? We don't make the laws. We just interpret and abide. And this is what. To savadhan hokar charitra suno. Listen, you want to know. इस बालक पिता को विदर्भ का राजा पहले जन्म पांडु राजा हुआ है. This child's father was born as a king in this birth, but in his last birth, he was also king. शैव तथा धर्मात्मा सब उपद्रव को दूर करने वाले राजा संपूर्ण भूमि को पालन करता हुआ was a great devotee of Lord Shivji. So the same child's father, Satyarath is his present birth, previous birth he was Pandu, was a great bhakt of Lord Shankar. He would pray to Shivji again and again. अपने प्रजा के प्रसन्नता पर, very noble in his intentions. And कभी इस राजा के त्रयोदशी निहार हो गया, दिन रात व्रत करता हूँ. On the evening of the 13th day, or the 13th day of the fortnight is called Trayodashi. Pandita Trayodashi ko lave dhyano homa purvaka lagave. And Shiv Chalisa tells you that those who want to beget a son or a child, a noble child, Pandit Trayodashi homa purvaka ko lave. On the Trayodashi, the 13th lunar day, you sit, you call a Pandit, you do Shiv Puja and you observe that vrat for 1 year. And after 1 year, child will be born to you. So he used to observe this brother. Shiva ko sandhya samay puja kiya religiously every month. प्रदोष काल में उसके राजा के शिव पूजन करने नगर में वहां विकट भयानक शब्द हुआ है. On one evening before he started the Shiv puja, he heard a noise. So instead of continuing with the puja, he broke the puja. In the midst of the broth, he get up and he go away. So it's like us. You're supposed to fast for 21 days and a partner come and say, boy, let me go down by the river now. Monday having a curry body competition up Kora. That seems to be the trend in our dharma now. I don't know where ahimsa went. So somebody come and tell you, let me go, and you tell them you're fasting and the temptation is so strong, Say, come go na, let me go na. One day, nobody gonna know. Come na. If it was really body, you could go in. Let me go na. Come na. Same thing with him. Heard a noise, and in the midst of his fast, he broke it. And जो शब्द सुनाकर पूजन को छोड़, he leave the puja. In the midst of the puja, he get up and he walk out. Before the puja was complete, he got up and he walked out. शाकमी अपने मंदिर को बाहर गया है. And when he went outside, इस अवसर पर वहाँ बलि भरण किए हुए मंत्र समाध के राजा के निकट हुआ. He never got the opportunity to go back inside. He died. Somebody passed him accidentally. He was shot and he died. उसके देखकर शत्रु को मनुष्य जाना कि महान. Because of leaving before completing the puja, he died in the midst, of course, of unfulfilled worship to Shivji. अपवित्र नष्ट को बुद्धि मंगल से ही राजा शिवजी की पूजा दिन में समाप्त किया है, रात्रि भोजन किया है. And not being able to complete the puja, breaking it when he died, that remained unresolved. पहले जन्म इसका पता, that is what has resulted in him being born now. And in the midst of his life, his enjoyments, he has died. इस माता अपने के पहले जन्म में सौता चूल्हा हरण किया. That's her. Why was the mother consumed in the midst without being able to shower any motherly affection on this child? And his mother in her previous birth, she was one of two queens born into a kingdom. और तारकिनी की खल गया इस सबको चरित्र सुनते. And she became envious of the other queen. And one day, whilst the queen was asleep, she poisoned her. And the elder queen died. She was the younger one. So as a result of that karmic action, her life was snatched away in the midst of her youth. And this is why I share with you, whatever we do, whatever actions that are performed by us, there is something we are going to inherit the rewards of such. इस तेरे पुत्र के पहले जन्म, your son in his previous birth, नित्य प्रतिपद को इसका अपनी अवस्था को चित पुरंतु भोग बन में रहो. In his previous birth, he got and inherited lots of wealth, but he did not give any charity. And because he did not use his wealth and give any wealth or give any form of charity in this life, he is born bereft of wealth. So Bhagwan describes, when she hears this, Dvijabhamini's karan, पुत्र दरिद्रता को प्राप्त हो इसके दोष करने निमित्त शिव जी की शरण में. Whatever faults that are there in our lives that exist in previous time, they are all remedied by worship to Shankar. That's why when you get the opportunity to do something, do it. When you have the opportunity to help, help. You have the opportunity to pray, pray. Whatever little that you can do it. So Bhagwan describes Swarupa Deshame Param Bhaktavatsal. That persons, of course, who remain devoted to Bhagwan Shankar, Bhagwan is capable, of course, of forgiving and mending. Bambola Shiva Bambola, Bambola Shiva Bambola, Bolo Bambola Shiva Bambola, Bambola Shiva Bambola. Prem magar nachat hoga, prem magar nachat hoga, prem magar nachat hoga, prem magar nachat hoga. Bolo Bambola Shiva Bambola, Bambola Shiva Bambola, Bambola Shiva Bambola, Bambola Shiva Bambola. Dono Shambhala. So then he tells her, he says, I've told you everything, now take them, take care of them. Take them to a guru, let them become conversant with the ways of Shiv worship. शांडिल्य मुनि की आज्ञा नियम के स्थित होकर प्रदोष में शतबुद्ध करके शिव पूजन करते. They were initiated, they were christened by a great Muni by the name of Shandilya, and he taught them, both of them from a very young age, how to perform Shiv Puja on the Pradosh, on the evening of the Trayodasi. And for 1 year they would observe. 4 महीने को सुख बीत गए हैं और रीति से फिर शिव का पूजन करते हैं. उन दोनों उसके गृह परमानंद साथ 1 वर्ष बीत गया है. They observed the व्रत for 1 year. And after 1 year, बीतने पर राजा के पुत्र शिव को दया से ब्राह्मण पुत्र के मध्य जानकर, the son of the king, by now he is an elderly person, गंधर्व को कन्या को विवाह को अकंत है. He was married to the daughter of a great king, another king from a neighboring country, a princess rather, and his wealth grew. Her son is Prakad Shiv ki Aradhan. Because he grew up with her. He considered her his mother, and whatever wealth he had, she inherited together with her son. This is the grace of Lord Shivji. Is Balak, this child, Dharmagupta Bidar Deshme, became a great king by the name of Dharmagupta. Those of us who had a little bit of history, you will read about him. Dharmaguptas, one of the great dynasties that ruled India. This is the child that was born, of course, the baby that was left alone and taken care of. Nandishwar says, this is the grace of Lord Shankar. When you least expect it, the Lord is always there with you. He takes care of you, and those who surrender unto Him, He is always there to give a healing hand. Om jo iski nitya sunte hain. Anybody who delights in listening to the katha of the Lord, सावधान होकर सुनते, वहाँ सबको इच्छा भोग कर अंत में शिव को प्राप्त होते हैं. Whatever desires that you have, it becomes bhog kar, it becomes manifested, you enjoy. And when you leave this world, you go to Shankar. Iti Shiv Mahapuran Bhashadka Tripyan Shatrut Sanghita Bhiksha Avataram Varnam Nam Ekatan Shidvaram. O mere bam 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 bhola bajaye ramaro, mere bam 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 bhola bajaye ramaro. O mere bam 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 bhola bajaye ramaro, mere bam 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 bhola bajaye ramaro. Bajaye ramaro, bajaye ramaro, bajaye ramaro, bajaye ramaro, bajaye ramaro, bajaye ramaro. O mere bam 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 bhola bajaye ramaro, mere bam 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 bhola bajaye ramaro. अंधनों के आँख देत कोड़ियों को काया, अंधनों को आँख देत कोड़ियों को काया, पांचन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया. मेरे बम भोले बोलो, ओ बोलो बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले रे. मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम भोले रे. बोलो बम भोले बम भोले रे. मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम भोले रे. बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले रे. मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम भोले. बोलो बम भोले बम भोले बम भोले रे. मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम भोले रे. एक बार बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. This, my dear friends, of course, has brought us to the closing of Katha for this evening. There are two noble souls amongst us. First, Pandit Sri Ramji, and then I will ask, of course, the President of our Mandir and the President General of Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha to address us. But first, a blessing for Pandit Sri Ramji.
Principal Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. Dividend, let's clap our hands as we pray. Hari Om. Narayane namastu devam shubhagyam karavidva namah shivayo brahmane Vishnu Mahadev. Lokam karo vidvanama shivaruddhave devam mahakavadante so bhagavatena. Prem se bari Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Pandit ji, Pandit on our side here. Devotees of God, children of the Rishi Muni, saints and sages. Ajay Pandit Ramlal here, our senior Pandit with us. Devotees, as Panditji was narrating the Katha, and we speak about different religious people speak about Hinduism. Hinduism is the fountain of all dharma, the root of dharma. And if you go, I involve myself in many places, many times with different people of different sector and interfaith service. And when the leaders sit there, you have a way, we all sit there and have a proper discussion to keep our dharma. I always say, if he's a Hindu, be a good Hindu. If he's a Christian, be a good Christian. If he's a Muslim, be a good Muslim. Follow according to your dharma. Our scripture is the guide for we to follow. The mala, as Panditji was saying, graveyards, the mala, when we do jap, you prepare yourself for here and thereafter to cross that Bhav Sagar. That jape the mala 108, some mala have 109 beads, right? Okay? Yes, some Madhimala have 109 bead, but the 9 bead is to do Gayatri. Guru, and then you go with whatever mantra you perform. You could check the Rudras. Some of the Rudras have 108 and some have 109. Nothing wrong with the 109. The 109 is for you to start chanting or prepare yourself to do your job and so on. But that written in the hands of you as the scripture. And the both hands of ours as the scale, the good and the bad, to weigh whatever. So more devotion that we have done. Well, if he's a right-hander, you will do plenty. But if he's a left-hander, then the scale goes on the opposite side, right? So it goes both ways. So you do jap. But most importantly, say, Shri Ram, wherever the name of Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan have been called, that place becomes Priyaglo. Now, Priyaglo is where the place being sanctified and purified by the great saints and saints in the name of Bhagwan. So the first step you think about, you are lucky and fortunate to take the name of Shri Ram. This body of ours is the temple, is the ashram, is the golden temple, the body, the chariot to take the Atma, the Param Atma, wherever we want to. So this is why we chant the name. This is very important. The Guru, which will give you the Guru Diksha mantra, Bhagwan Shiv, consecrated, and the Guru inspired the knowledge of wisdom. This sacred mantra, the Bhej mantra, the Diksha mantra into the air of you. And this is why we take the Guru Diksha mantra firstly and do our devotion. So it is so important that Lord Shiva, as I tell you, speak about the Basman. In the Shiva Puran, Garu Puran tells you where Bhagwan Shankar take the bhabut from the body and make it Basman on his body for our liberation at midnight. So you see how important the Shiv Katha is. Most important, the lingam of Lord Shiva signifies the devotion, the mind, the lingam of the heart, how firm, how dedicated that we can be in our devotion. As the Bel Patra leaves, have a great significance. That relevant Tripuran Chandan and the verified Mahalakshmi reside in that leaf. So when we make this offering, we do for ourselves, we do for our family, we do this from the coal that you have from your lineage. So devotee, I will not take much time. We have Pandit Ramlal to still speak. And let us clap our hands as we pray. Hari Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwaram Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guru Namo Namah Tvameva Mata Chabita Tvameva Tvameva Bandho Chasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Davinam Tvameva Tvameva Sharavam Mama Deva Devam Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Sanatan Dharma Ki Jai. Jai Siddhartha.
Thank you very much, Panditji, and Pandit Krishna Rambali, of course.
Staram, everyone. Officiating Vyas, Pandit Navin Omadath Maharaj, Pandit Rohit Maharaj, Pandit Rajiv Maharaj, Pandit Siram Maharaj, the hosting family, members of the Kirtan group, all you wonderful devotees. I am very fortunate to be here tonight. I met this family, the Ramlal family, a couple years ago. Firstly, we met Priya and then the mom and other members of the family. She always insisted that we should come. On previous occasions, unfortunately, we could not be here. This evening was, I passed the house and I went further down. I know when I saw Sharp Road, I said, no, I passed the place. So I knew I had to turn back. But let me firstly express my deep appreciation and thanks to Panditji for the beautiful discourse this evening. The message has been wide and broad. It's now for us to think and to put into action what he has told us. There are some things I would like to tell you, but time does not permit. But very quickly, I said this family, they are really blessed. When I came out the car there and I asked Roop to do the parking for me, and I saw what has transpired here. It's only blessed people can go through all of this and put all the effort in making this preparation to invite all of us to come and share with them on a special evening which they have dedicated to Lord Shiva. So I'm sure my wife is also very pleased to be and to share this evening with you all. And to my sister there, you are very strong. I always tell her that. And let me refer, some of you will know that you heard the name Sudama. Sudama was a friend of Lord Krishna, and he went through endless horrors. That is the best way I could put it to you. He had all the troubles. So when we face with troubles in life, life is not made to be sweet sailing. You have the ups, you have the downs, you have your good times, and you have to face the challenges that come. Always remember, in life there will be many challenges, and we have to stand up to it. You do not bend down and say, oh, I am. No. You have that strength, you have that determination, and you have your Lord. I don't want to go there. Pandit has given us really sufficient to think about. The Lord does not forget. He knows all his devotees, every single one. And he's always at your side, and he's always present. Always remember that. I did not tell you this, but a couple things I want you to understand. Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha, very quickly. Let me deal with one. Pandit Navin Omadath Maharaj is the president of the Pandits Parishad. And I want to tell you this evening that this organization is doing a masterly job. They are training the Pandits, retraining our Pandits. So when they come to you, they will be skilled and they will be able to deliver just what you wish. And when I say what you wish, that which comes from our texts, our religious, our divine books. And that is important, you know. Our Pandits are being trained. And I made this point because you have to understand the extra effort that goes into it. All the arms of the Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha is very effective right now. There was a lull, we do not hide it, and that everybody knows why. We went through a very trying period from 2020 to 2022, the COVID period. And that would have kept a lot of activities in. Let me also remind you, your children. You see the telephone? Or this phone is so important to us. It gives us knowledge. We can get knowledge from it. It helps us in times of distress to get others to help us. But at the same time, our children can be lost in it. And when I say lost, they're not speaking again, you know. Everything is two fingers operating. They're not talking. I walked upstairs this evening and I saw 4 grandchildren home, and I said, well, there's a telephone contest here. The 4 of them sit down and they were like this. So I just said, I don't have a cell phone competition going on here. But they all stopped. But if you do not handle this, I will be taking too much time, but just handle this, please, or we all will regret. Not you only will regret, you know. We all will regret, because these children of ours will not learn what they are supposed to do. And before I say thank you, let me tell you something. You see, we said Sanatan Dharma. That word Dharma, I want to just not add, just to remind you what Panditji said. Dharma is inclusive of everything we do, we say, and how we act. How we speak to our friends, how we speak in the home is dharma. Our actions at home and outside is dharma. You know what we say in English? The value system, ethics, and all of that, it falls into what we say Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan is everlasting. Dharma is everything that crosses your mind. And when I say dharma, I'm talking about the good things, and how you operate. So once more, I want to say to this family, it's my pleasure to share this evening with you all. Bhagwan's blessing to you all. And I hope, I didn't tell you, when I met Priya first, they came to our temple. And I thought this family had to be blessed to live here in the night and come to Monroe Road. It's not a smooth drive. You have this road. I don't like to drive on a road like this. So, my pleasure again to be here, Panditji. Thank you. Sitaram, everyone.
Thank you very much, Panditji. My dear friends, we also have in our presence the councillor for the district, Councillor John Lazama. But before I call on him, I want to acknowledge his presence here with us this evening and joining the family. There is a member of the family, Sohan, who is one of the cousins. So to render a few sentiments on behalf of the family, and then we'll ask, of course, Councillor Lazama to share a few words with us. So I want to invite Sohan. Sohan, right? Yes, Sohan.
Namaste, Sitaram, Panditji, members of the Kirtan group, invited guests tonight. I've been tasked with the responsibility of giving a vote of thanks on behalf of the Ramlal family tonight. But before doing so, I would like to take a few minutes to celebrate, honor, and dedicate some kind words to the mother of this home, fondly known by all of us as Auntie Chunka. Are you close to family? How well do you know them? Family is an important part of a balanced life, and we have learned this in this family from a very young age. Growing up, my aunts, Aji, and mom banded together even when there were disagreements and differences to truly give us, myself and my cousins, a village of support, love, and nurturing. However, tonight, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and pay tribute to one specific aunt, the mother of this home, Auntie Chunka, as we fondly called her. I'm sure my siblings, cousins, and everyone sitting here tonight will agree with me when I say she isn't just an aunt to us, but a mother, an advisor, and most of all, a role model and someone who we can rely on to instill in us our Dharmic values even after our Aji passed on. Anyone who know me would know I could prepare everything for a funeral, a wedding, a praise, and this is mainly because of her. She'll always guide you, she'll always teach you, so we know everything there is to know when it comes to Dharma and prayers. We don't say it often enough, but tonight, Auntie Chunka, I would like you to know how special you are to all of us. And I can confidently say that every one of us hold you dear to us and in our hearts. Auntie Chunka and her daughters, who are dearer to me than cousins, but are more like my sisters, are always the first to reach in time of need. If any one of us gets sick, there is an accident, a death, anything, rest assured, 10 minutes, they are there from Caparo. They are always the first to show up, stay throughout everything, and oftentimes the last to leave, even when she isn't well. And as I said that, I could remember even the most recent case. Auntie Junka herself was in recovery when my dad fell sick. Spent a night in hospital before she was told. Probably 10 minutes, Savi, she was in Mount Hope. With everything, stayed all night, even though she was recovering. Auntie Chunka, from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of your brother and sister-in-law, my dad and mom, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you simply for being the woman you have been to all of us throughout our life. We oftentimes wait until someone is no longer here to sing their praises, but tonight I would like you to know that we love you, we appreciate you, you will always have a place in our heart, and you can call on us at any time. Before ending, tonight Shiv Puran could not have been a success without the following persons, and on behalf of the Ramlal family, I would like to extend a sincere thank you and God's blessings to our officiating Pandit, Pandit Navin Omadath Maharaj, who have led us in tonight's beautiful devotion. Pandit Rohit for doing our Grong Puja, assisted by Pandit Rajiv, and to the decorators who have transformed this home into this beautiful shrine that you are sitting in today. To Hustaf Promotions, Franklin Jagdev and Ricky Sukdev, thank you for the spectacular job you have done. Special thanks to Mafu, Sangeeta, Shamala, and Shiva, who have assisted in our preparation for tonight. And last but not least, thank you to each and every one of you for your presence here tonight, for taking the time to come and join in us as we celebrate this very special woman through devotion. Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Sohan. And with these few words, I want to invite you to stand as we have Aarti. यानि कानि शपापानि जन्मन्तर कृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ते प्रदक्षिणां प्रदे प्रदे ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ हर ॐ सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् ॐ सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ हर हर महादेव जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव जात विवेका ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव जात विवेका ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् ॐ सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् चतुरानन पंचानन राजे।
देवानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजे।
ओ हंसासन गरुडासन वृषभासन साजे। शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा। जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा। सबको बोलो ऑल ऑफ अस। ओम हर 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 महादेव। ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
बोलो दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज दश भुज तीन सोए।
दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज दश भुज तीन सोए।
तीनों रूप निरखते त्रिभुवन जन मोहे। ओम जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा। जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा। ओम हर 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 महादेव। ओम हर 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 महादेव। ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
अक्षमाला बनमाला मुंडमाला दारे।
अक्षमाला वनमाला मुंडमाला धारी।
ओम चंदन मृगमल सोहे बाले शशिधारी। ओम जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा। जय शिव
ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा।
ओम हर 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 महादेव। ओम हर 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 महादेव। ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
श्वेतांबर पीतांबर बागंबर अंगे।
श्वेतांबर पीतांबर बागंबर अंगे।
ओम ब्रह्मादिक सनकादिक भूतादिक संगे। ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा। जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा।
ओम हर 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 महादेव।
ओम हर 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 महादेव।
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
बोलो त्रिगुण स्वामी जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे।
त्रिगुण स्वामी जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे।
ओम कहत शिवानंद स्वामी मनवांचित फल पावे। ओम जय शिव
ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा। जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा।
ओम हर 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 महादेव।
ओम हर 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 महादेव।
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
ओम सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम।
बोलो नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय।
नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय।
सोमेश्वरा शिव सोमेश्वरा। हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय।
सोमेश्वरा शिव
शिवाय हर बोले नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय कोटेश्वरा शिव कोटेश्वरा हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय कोटेश्वरा शिव कोटेश्वरा हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय 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 बोलो हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय 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 बोलो हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय हर बोले नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय Right where we stand, my dear friends, we clasp hands, close eyes, bow our heads, and we offer salutations to the feet of the Lord. Hari Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janadanam Yat Pujatam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tarastvame Mrityunjay Maharudra Trahimam Sharanam Gatam Janma Mrityu Jara Roge Pitam Karma Vandeno Ganapati Girija Vrishabhadvaja Shanamoko Nande Munkadindema Manojamal Trisholamrita Spashan Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Mando Sasasa Tvameva Vidya Dravanam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om Shanti Namah Shivaya गणपति गणेश भगवान की उमापति महादेव की सत्य सनातन धर्म की सार की दंडोत सकल पंच के जय जय सीताराम आसन आसन लीजिए May all take your seats, my dear friends. Thank you so much for being here, each and every one of you and your family.